Hello learners, welcome to this session. In the earlier session, we have seen some Indian projects developed by National Informatics Center. Along with the old projects, we are trying to discuss the latest projects developed by NICNET, ERNET, Broadband and SWAN. I am Professor V. V. Subramaniam, Director, School of Computer Information Sciences, IGNOU, New Delhi. Let us continue with the other projects of National Informatics Center. So, in this particular session, let us see the projects developed by NIC as well as we will try to cover the projects developed by ERNET. So, we can talk about another project called as NREGA Soft. So, this was developed by National Informatics Center. So, in this NREGA Soft, it is a local language enabled workflow based e-governance system and is available in offline as well as online mode to capture all the activities under the NREGA at central level, state level, district, block and panchayat level. So, it is a kind of monitoring work wherein which it keeps track of the project, that is NREGA activities. It has been prepared and deployed at the website www.nrega.nic.in by National Informatics Center in collaboration with Ministry of Rural Development. So, each stakeholder can access relevant information through the portal. So, highly customized interface, it is provided to each stakeholder of NREGA. For example, suppose if the worker is an illiterate, it provides with sound based, icon based touchscreen kiosk model to enter, access information on the portal, to enforce the right based framework of law. The state, the districts and gram panchayats have local language interface while the ministry works in English language. So, this particular project NREGA Soft, it not only caters to the people who have limited knowledge, but also with the people who doesn't have any skill wherein which they can come under the illiterate kind of thing. So, these people also can access the system. It is completely a sound based system. The two icons, it displays some icons and touchscreens kiosk model is there. So, they can access the information to the level that suits for their needs. Otherwise, for the ministry people, that is rural development ministry people, they works in English language. So, this is the interface of NREGA. As you know that the URL we had studied in the earlier slide, that is www.nrega.nic.in. So, you can see the interface, it is completely icon based, that too in this particular thing this voice version is also there, wherein which the illiterate worker can access this particular site using the voice based calls. So, there is another system called as Government e-Procure system. So, NIC Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is MEITY, in close association with the Procurement Policy Division, Ministry of Finance has developed, hosted and implemented the Central Public Procurement Portal. This particular portal is highly customized to cater to the electronic procurement, tendering requirements of the central government departments and other organizations. Coordinates ourselves. This system provides a support for each and every governmental organization, wherein which if at all they want to purchase any furniture, systems or else any kind of stationery. So, these particular things they can bid on this particular GEM. This short form of this particular government e-procure system is GEM, Government Marketplace, Electronic Marketplace. So, this cater to the needs of all government institutions, not only government ministries, but also universities, PSUs. So, there are several people who are in touch with this particular GEM portal and this is very transparent portal wherein which every person has a right, like they can take the permission and they can apply for this particular offer of goods through this GEM portal. There are certain laid down mechanisms, laid down procedures. So, they will enroll for that particular thing and they will try to project their particular products whatever those are there, and suppose if you want to purchase any stationery or the system or else a server, if you want to purchase, you look into the like filter kind of thing wherein which you can set your configurations and appropriate configuration systems, those will be displayed on the interface, and you can select one particular thing and then it can allow you the bidding form also, or else straight away also you can purchase. So, there are several facilities available on this particular system, and this portal is called as the e-procurement system. So, the primary objective of this particular portal is to provide a single point access to the information on procurements made across various ministries and line departments. This procurement portal is accessible at the URL, you can see eprocure.gov.in, and it has e-publishing and e-procurement modules. So, both these modules are been covered under the CPP portal. You can see the interface of this particular portal. This is eprocure.gov.in. Under this particular portal, you can have the two modules that I was saying, that is the e-publishing and then the e-procurement modules. Then coming to another important project, or else you can call it as a product, that is e-office product. So, the e-office product aims to support governance by ushering in more effective and transparent inter and intra-government processes. So, you can see in government offices there will be a lot of file work. So, the processes transferring from one desk to the other desk. The same thing, they try to automate the complete processes or else the file handling right from the higher authority, right from the putting authority to the higher authority, and then after the signatures of all the things, it may flow back in the reverse way also. So, the complete hierarchical or the complete order of these particular processes are being automized and is being released in the form of a e-office. So, the vision of e-office is to achieve a simplified, responsive, effective and transparent working of all government offices. So, most of the government offices, as you see in the ministries, most of them follow the same kind of procedures. So, by developing this particular e-office, it has simplified the processes of all the government offices, wherein which right from initiation till the approvals, the processes are being completely automized and it is working in an efficient way, and also that they had brought the transparency kind of thing into this system. So, this is dependent on the open architecture on which e-office has been built, makes it reusable framework and a standard reusable product amenable to replication across the governments at the central, state and district levels. Most of the governments, they follow the same kind of procedures, maybe at the central level, maybe at the state level, even at the district level also. So, people follow the same kind of procedures in government, right from the initiation of the file till the approvals. So, this particular system caters to everybody's needs, maybe in the central state government or else at the district level government also. The product brings together the independent functions and systems under a single framework, and you can see here there are several modules associated with the e-office. The e-office consists of Sparrow, e-file, KMS, e-leave management, e-tour management and then PIMS. So, these are the categories of application packages that are under the same umbrella, that is e-office umbrella. So, each and every application you are seeing here has their own objectives. Like Sparrow, you can see the objectives laid down on the slide, like e-file management system, which is a very important management system. This is what we are talking about. The complete processes are being automized, and then the initiators from the initiator till the approvals, the complete processes, procedures, the flow, the workflow is completely been followed, and they made it as a transparent kind of thing. Like KMS is there, and then e-leave management system, that is the leave applications and then allotment, like sanctioning of leave and other kinds of things is being looked after by this particular e-leave modules. So, all these 6 modules comprises of the e-office. This particular e-office can be accessed from the URL, that is eoffice.gov.in. So, this is the interface of this e-office package. There are several, you can see there are several downloads already happened. You also please go see and then experience demos that are being placed on the eoffice.gov.in, so that look and feel of the things. And for each and every package or each and every module, they had specified the objectives also. Depending upon the objectives that it carries, you can match with your needs and you can apply that particular package for your offices also. Coming to the e-Vidhan, there is another project, the digital e-Vidhan is there, and this is purely pertains to the legislative assembly, implementation of legislative assembly. So, this is nothing but it is called as electronic Vidhan. The digital transformation of Himachal, you can take the case of here I had taken the case of Himachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly. These are the first first legislative assembly which has been implemented this e-Vidhan. This e-Vidhan is a major administrative reform to augment faster and transparent governance. So, the digital transformation of Himachal Pradesh Legislation Assembly by implementing e-Vidhan is a major administrative reform to augment faster and transparent governance. So, this is a sophisticated e-governance solution, fully automated. It has automated the functioning of legislative assembly activities and significantly minimizes the paper usage with online communication. So, these are the three primary aspects that it covers. One is the functioning of the legislative assembly activities, second one is it minimizes the paper usage. So, everything is been completely automated, so that the workflow right from one person to the other person is completely without paperless. So, no need of taking any printouts, the complete workflow is being automated, and the communication between one person to the other person is also through online. So, there is a kind of flow from one person to the other person, they will just forward the files and they will get it done, the approvals online itself. So, there is no use of any printouts and other kinds of things, and there won't be any kind of physical file movement from one person to the other person also. So, e-Vidhan is a software suite of public website. It is a secured website, house applications, mobile apps are also included in this e-Vidhan. You can see the Himachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly. I had already put one simple slide for your reference. Let us study the salient features. One is it is completely a web based, that is it is a complete a public website. Some things are made very transparent, like you can go and see the proceedings of all the legislative assembly activities. So, you can go, you can watch, you can see the uploading that has been done on the Himachal Pradesh e-Vidhan website, and it is completely a secure website, we can say. Then Aadhaar enabled authentication mechanism they had followed, and then whatever the role, whatever the designation that you have, they had provided certain privileges, and we can call that privileges as the role based authorization, and it is of bilingual in nature and followed the Unicode complaint and hosted at national cloud, MEGRAS. This is the national cloud, this is the national government initiative, Indian government initiative, that too it pertains to the cloud platform offering and auto syncing with local data centers at HP Legislative Assembly, Shimla. So, it has a features integrated like SMS, email gateways and other things are also been integrated along with this particular website, so that the ministers or persons pertaining to the government agencies, they can send the messages through this particular online portal, or else they can access the emails also through this particular portal. So, they had connected several gateways like Gmail and other accounts, they had connected through this particular evidhan.nic.in, wherein which directly they can log in and they can check the emails from that one. And it is digital signature enabled, so it is we can say it is a secure website. So, most of the sessions like the assembly sessions that are happening in Himachal Pradesh earlier, these sessions are became the paperless with the introduction of this website. The first paperless assembly session was held in August 2014. No manual paper is received from the government departments and papers are laid online in the house using touch screen on the tables of the members. So, each and every member has been provided with a touch screen kind of kiosk, and like the ministers and other people who are sitting in the assembly, they can go through the files or the papers that are being submitted to the government and they can take the decisions online. So there are certain dashboards you can say, those are meant for speaker, ministers, MLAs, administrative secretaries, head of the departments like government agencies, nodal officers and the employees. So for each and every prominent persons that we are seeing on the slide, they have their own dashboard and they can log into this particular portal, and that too on their desk itself. So it is a very convenient way wherein which they can see the dashboards and how many files they had received, how many files they had responded to, and how many are pending which needs their nodding. So these kinds of things are being taken care using these dashboards. So for the housing committees, we can see house committees, we can say the paperless working of the 15 house committees was started in 2016. That is online correspondence between the house committees and the government departments. The MLAs participate in the online meeting of the house committees, and they have their own dashboards in order to look into the proceedings of the house committees. So each member of the house committee has their own dashboard. The administrative secretaries, they have their own dashboard. Head of the departments, as we had seen in the earlier slide, the nodal officers and the employees, whoever are the players of this particular e-Vidhan, all of them have their own dashboards kind of activities, that too with their certain privileges. And we had talked already about the kind of mechanism that they had adapted, that is the role based model. So depending upon the role that they have in the government, they open up with their dashboards, and pertaining the things meant for them will be displaying on the dashboards. So there is another thing called as the e-constituency management. So this e-constituency management was launched in Palampur constituency in November 2016, and workshops are held for the concerned MLA, Pradhans, Upa-Pradhans and departmental heads, nodal officers in the respective constituency. You can see every constituency they will be having their own funds. So some funds are being totally allocated to the MLA, and he has to manage the whole constituency, the road laying down of the roads, laying down of some seepage the canals kind of thing, whatever the case may be. So they will have their own funds. So how to manage these particular funds and how to provide the transparency while managing the funds to the vote holders, like people who had voted for them. So they can also see, they can also visualize what is happening in their constituency. So there are, in this particular system also, they had the dashboard kind of facility wherein which the MLA, the district magistrate, then departmental heads of the subdivisional level, associated staff, whatever the case may be, depending upon the roles that they have, they will have their own dashboards, and they can see the whole management of the e-constituency of their wards and other things. So this is the evidhan.nic.in. This is the interface that is provided, and this particular thing I had taken from keeping in mind the Himachal Pradesh eVidhan. So you can see here there are several things highlighted in this particular website. So you also can experience by putting on the URL evidhan.nic.in. There is another website that is a secure, scalable, Sugamya website. In short, they call it as S3WAAS. So this is a website generating and deployment product hosted by National Informatics Center. It leverages technology to generate secure website using GIGW component templates, which are highly customizable and can seamlessly be deployed on a scalable software defined infrastructure. So by this particular statement you could have understand, thus this is a kind of template. So suppose if I don't have a website, government website for my department. So what I can do is, depending upon the laid out templates, the ready-made templates that are being provided on this particular S3WAAS, this is a software service kind of thing, nothing but a kind of web hosting management kind of thing, wherein which directly you can select the matching template for your department. You can develop the options, whatever you want on the left side, whatever the tabs you want on your screen to be appeared. So those particular things along with the information, the static information, the dynamic kind of information, whatever you want on your website, you can put those particular things, and then you yourself can launch with the help of the National Informatics Center. So all these are cloud based applications. So each and every website, whatever that is that you design and from your government department, so you can put it on the NIC cloud, or else national cloud, and these particular websites, all these websites are secure websites. So you can see here the features, that is GIGW compliance, that is guidelines for Indian government websites. So there are certain guidelines prepared by NIC, and every government website needs to comply these particular Indian government website guidelines. So this is a kind of framework wherein which the whole templates, whatever that they had designed and put on the on this particular S3 WA WAS. So they had put these particular templates, and all the templates whatever you want to adapt for your organization or department, all of them are GIGW compliance. Then unified open source technology. So this particular solution whatever that they are providing is built upon a cutting edge open source technology stack, so that it does not have any interfaces with the product based. So nothing to buy. So they have used the complete stack of open source technology. So there is no worry. So in order to procure the licenses and other kinds of things, there is no worry. So everything is dependent on unified open source technology, and then search integration is already embedded. So you can see for each and every website, whether it is a GIGW compliance, you will find a feature called as integrated search feature, whatever the case may be. Even for swayam.gov.in or other websites, NIC, all the NIC websites, you can see a simple text box wherein which you can put the string and you can search the relevant information from the government departments. And it is completely a responsive design, easily accessible through smartphones. Whatever the device that you want to access the website, it automatically adapts to its dimensions. Like if you are using the tablet, it will automatically adapt to the tablet. If you are using the desktop, if you are using the laptop, if you are using a simple smartphone, accordingly the complete design of the website will be transformed and it will be made available as per the dimensions that we are following for the device. Then it is completely a theme based. You select your theme, you select the template, you easily configure whatever the options that you want to have on your website. So this is a completely easy way to go on to launch the website using with the help of the National Informatics Center. So this is the website that I had put, and the website URL is s3was.gov.in. So there are, if you scroll down, you can have certain templates you can visualize, and depending upon the template, depending upon the department you want to optimize or you want to bring it onto the net, you can adapt that particular template and you can design with the help of the NIC people. Then coming to the, apart from the NIC which are providing the development of so many government websites, there is another organization called as ERNET. ERNET India is the National Research and Education Network dedicated to support the needs of the research and education community within the country. So earlier when we had seen this NICNET, what we observed, it is completely catering to the needs of the government organizations, ministries, universities, institutions which are under the government of India. So when we see this particular ERNET, it is having a different kind of perspective, or you can say the objective. It is completely catering towards the educational institutions. So research and educational institutions network has been covered under ERNET, and it was established in 1998 as an autonomous scientific society under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that in short we can call it as MEITY, Government of India. It operates ERNET network, a pan-India terrestrial and satellite network with 5 points of presence at premier research and academic institutions. So this particular ERNET is running MPLS enabled dual stack, that is IPv4 and IPv6 backbone. The ERNET backbone interconnects ERNET point of presence, that is POP we can call it as, and spread throughout the country. The ERNET POP at STPA Bangalore integrate ERNET VSAT network with ERNET terrestrial network. So these things are somewhat technical, you may remember them. And let us come to the services part. In tune with the mandate, ERNET is providing 4 types of services. So one is the access services, this is their main focus, and then application services, hosting services, and operation support services for all the research and educational institutions. So ERNET provide access to its network through various connectivity options. The application services like including the mail and other kinds of things, domain registration for these research and education institutions. These are the kind of help or the services that they are going to offer using this organization. It also provides web services having state-of-art data centers. Other services includes the IT consultancy and project management services for establishment of IT infrastructure and convergent network projects. So these are the simple objectives that they had put, and they are catering to these particular objectives. ERNET has conceptualized, developed and implemented large number of projects on turnkey basis for various educational institutions and research organizations. You can see by looking into their website, you can go through to their website and you can see there are several projects that they are already designed and developed. There are several services that they are into the provision of internet services to various institutions and research organizations. So you can see there are a list of national completed projects. These particular things I had taken from the website of ERNET. You can see some of the completed projects, successfully completed projects, that is ICT vocational centers for disabled students, then ICT centers for rural schools, a repository for digital library, and then cyber forensics, e-linkage of Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, e-linkage of Kendriya Vidyalayas, e-linkage of Krishi Vigyan Kendras under ICAR. There are several data centers that they had already installed and under working. Then campus networks they had established, video conferencing that they had established. So these are some of the old projects which we had talked already in the in your course material. So let us see what are the new things that they are doing. So these are the projects that are running by the under development by the ERNET, that is setting up of e-classroom infrastructure in 50 medical colleges. You can see this is a huge project covering all 50 medical colleges, that too very popular medical colleges, government medical colleges you can see, and you can read these particular features of all the e-classroom infrastructure that they want to put for these 50 medical colleges. They had provided the objectives, they had provided the whole like scheme map of their objectives on the ERNET.in. Information security education and awareness, this is under phase 2. Phase 1 they had already completed, and then Li-Fi, like just like Wi-Fi, there is LIFI, experimental test bed is being established and they are working on those test bed. And Center of Excellence of Internet of Things, that is from MEITY and NASCOM, and ERNET initiative to help the IoT startup ecosystem. And this particular IoT, when we heard about the IoTs, this is like the budding area where in which most of the people they want to put their startups. So this comes under, this is nothing but Internet of everything, or else you can call it as the Internet of Things. So most of the people they want to connect all the things to the internet. So they had started up this concept test beds and IT infrastructure and lands for e-learning centers at schools, and that too covering the Kendriya Vidyalayas and other things. So let us see some points about the e-classroom infrastructure in 50 medical colleges. Like Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has appointed of ERNET India as system integrator for setting up the e-classroom infrastructures in all the 50 medical colleges, and this project is to be implemented in 50 colleges or institutions. And the activities that they have to do is supply, then installation, testing, commissioning, training and operations of requisite equipment for e-classroom and maintenance of. So the procurement operations and the setting up of all the e-classroom kind of components over there, maintenance, commissioning, everything comes under this particular ERNET project. The integration with centralized infrastructure at National Resource Center, operation of the network for distant medical education using e-classrooms, and then the point-to-point video conferencing. So these are some of the things that comes under the e-classroom infrastructure in 50 medical colleges. This particular project is a very interesting project. You can go through the details of this particular project on ERNET website. With this particular project, we will conclude this session. Let us just recap whatever we had studied. In the first session, in the first half, what we had done is we had seen the projects that was pertaining to the NIC, and in the second session we had seen the projects that are been developed by the ERNET. We hope you had understood this particular session. Let us continue with the more projects in our next sessions. Thank you. Happy learning.